Good morning. How are you all? Good. For all your live streamers, I'm so sorry for the delay, but we had to switch things around, and we have a very patient group here, and we called on the angels, and they worked. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, they worked. And this angel really worked. All right. So, welcome to Sunday service. As many of you know, my name is Max Ryan, and I am a spiritual teacher and intuitive. And today I'll do the inspirational message, and then we'll do a meditation, and we've got some really great mediums here to give us some beautiful messages from the other side. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Good. Let's all say, hey, Lisa. Hey, Lilydale. Hey, what's up? We love you. We love you. We hope you're healing really well. So let's all start with a prayer. I always like to start with a prayer to set the energy in the right place. So let's all shut our eyes. Take a deep breath. Dear Mother, Father, God, Divine Source, Universe, all that is, we come together today with open hearts, open minds, and an open spirit. We allow today to be a time of love, a time of support and guidance for everyone here and everyone watching us. We allow today to be a time of living in the present moment, knowing that everything is okay right now. We take a deep breath. And we consciously let go of any blocks to the light's presence within us, whether that is any judgments, any anger, any fear. We see in our mind all of that stuff in our hands, and we hold it up to the light, allowing it to dissipate into the light itself. Letting it go. And we thank you so much for the power of choice, for that is our greatest power that we have. And we are thankful to be here today. And together we all say thank you very much. And so it is. Amen.
You're a duck. There's a dog. Yeah, it's a
weird dog. There's a dog next door. There's a grooming studio next door. And I was filming some videos, and I listened to a couple of cuts, and I was like, what is... I'm like, oh, there's a little dog going, the dog is feeling our presence. I love it. Good. So I thought this was a really sweet thing today. I was driving from Palmdale across the desert, and I see this big truck, and it's filled with pumpkins. Isn't that cool? It was like an old truck. It was all big. I mean, it was like tons of pumpkins. It was almost like a cartoon. Like it was almost like they were going to start falling out. And I just thought, you know what? It's fall. Isn't that great? What?
Doesn't feel like it.
That doesn't feel like fall. For all of you out there, we're having a heat wave in Los Angeles. So it doesn't feel like fall, but it is fall. So I thought about a lot of different things to talk about today. And last night I was like, this is what I do. What am I going to talk about? And you know, I have so many different things I can talk about. And a lot of times I'll just go, Spirit, what is it? I'm not sure. Tell me where to go. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to say and to whom. Well, you're the whom, and I didn't know what to say. That actually is a prayer from A Course in Miracles. It says that every morning, if we give God, Source, whatever you want to call it, 5 minutes in the morning, He will be in charge of our thought forms for the rest of the day. How long? How long? 5 minutes for the rest of the day. So if you sit in the morning and you say, okay, dear God, tell me where to go, tell me what to do, tell me what to say and to whom. And you sit for 5 minutes, or you read a lesson from the Course, or you meditate, or you do. For 5 minutes, He will be in charge of your thought forms. The universe, God, whatever you call it, will be in charge of your thought forms. And everything is based in our thoughts. In our what? In our thoughts. Because our thoughts are creating our reality. They're creating our reality. So I sat this morning and I was like, I was like, first of all, I was like, what song is it going to be? I don't know what song is it going to be. And then I was like, what am I going to say? And then, of course, I always open up my Course in Miracles. Pretty much every day I open up the Course in Miracles. And I was like, well, of course, here it is. This is what we're going to talk about today. So I've done, if you don't know what the Course in Miracles is, Course in Miracles is a spiritual mind study program, where we are helped to heal our separation with the source, with God, with the light, with the universe. Because in the Course in Miracles, we're taught that there is the way of the world, and then there's the way of spirit. There's the way of what? The world, and there's the way of spirit. So our problem is that we have a separation. We're separated from this side. We're living over here. But when we heal that separation, we see this all as an illusion. We see this all as just a play that's going on. It's almost like, and it even says in the Course in Miracles, he says, look at the world like you're sitting in a theater and you're looking at a film. And as you look at the film, you start to think it's real. Say yes if you've ever been in a movie theater and you're so into it that you almost lose who you are. Yes? Yeah. And then you start crying or you start cheering and you almost lose who you are. Well, we believe that this is channeled material from Jesus. So Jesus says in there, he says, so you think you are the movie. You think you're the movie. No. You are the being that's sitting and watching the movie. So we keep thinking we're the movie. So the Course in Miracles helps us to heal that separation. As soon as we heal it, we go, oh, I'm completely powerful. I have there's no problem, there is no death, everything is fine, it's only light. It's only what?
Light.
And if you think about the movie analogy even more, what is the thing that we have to make the movie get on the screen?
Projection.
The projection, the light. So we're projecting that through the light. So the Course in Miracles, through daily studies, daily lessons, helps us to heal that, going, oh, how crazy is this? This is a crazy world. That's a crazy world. But I don't have to be a part of it. I can play in it. I can say, wow, this is really cool, but it's not who I am. So this morning, I opened the course, and this is the one, and I was like, this is a great one. So this is lesson 181. The peace of God is shining in me now. Now, I know that I have to say this before we sort of get into this. The Course in Miracles uses the word God a lot. If that word doesn't work for you, and even if you're kind of more atheistic, you can use the power of the universe. You can use whatever you want. So just substitute it, okay? So the peace of God is shining in me now. Now, a lot of times we think the peace of God or something is something we need to get. Is that true? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. We think we have to be like, if I do the right thing, if I meditate enough, if I do this, if I look a certain way, then I will get the peace of God, which means your peace and you're, just feeling awesome. But it's very, very important that we see that it says the peace of God is shining where? In me. In me now. So just that alone is a shift in our perception. It's like, I don't have to get anything. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything, okay? So the first word, and the first line is so great. He says, why wait for heaven? Who here feels like they're waiting for heaven? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. I go back and forth. I'm waiting for everything to work out. I'm waiting for it to, I finally get the guy. I'm successful in my career. I finally have that 500 people at my workshops. I finally have, that is like, to me, my heaven or whatever. Finally have the house. So he says, why wait for heaven? Those who seek the light are merely covering their eyes. They're covering their eyes because the light is where? Is inside. The light is in them now. Enlightenment is but a recognition. It is not a change. That's huge. All the great saints and philosophers and spiritual teachers say this all the time, that enlightenment is just recognizing what's already there. What's already there. It's already there. So the light is not of this world. We keep looking in the world. It's in the car, it's in the girl, it's in the thing, it's in all of that stuff. It's not in the world. Yet, you who bear the light in you are alien to this world. Not crazy, using the word alien. So say yes if sometimes you go, I don't belong here. Well, in the Course of Miracles, he would say, you know what, you're not alone. Everyone on some level says to themselves, I don't belong here. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And you're right, because this isn't your home. Your home is inside. Your home is with the divine, with the universe. Because remember I said, this world is just an illusion. What is it? It's an illusion. That doesn't mean we don't play with the illusion or feel the effects of the illusion, but at the same time, it's not our real home. Our real home is heaven, okay? So the light came with you from your native home, which is heaven, and stayed with you because it is your home. So you can't ever lose the light. It's always in you. You can forget. You can what? You can forget. And a lot of times we forget. And we forget by being in anger, being in frustration, being overwhelmed, being out of peace. That's when we forget. In the Course of Miracles, we say that's our ego, and our ego is the part of us that thinks without love. That thinks what? Without love. Gotta use that. Thinks without love. So there's moments in our day, in our life, that we think without love. And literally, we are not ourselves when we're like that. We are our ego. So we just have to go, oh, I'm thinking without love. Come back. Just come back. Come back to yourself. It is the only thing, hold on. The light is the only thing that you bring with you from him who is your source. It shines in you because it lights your home and leads you back to where you came from, and you are still home. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's no more to create. And as soon as you get that, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Then guess what? You become incredibly creative. Then you go, oh, I want to make that. I want to create that. That feels good. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we stop trying to get there, we start to get there. That's the crazy illusion. Stop trying to get there. There's a whole thing in our minds that, and he will say this too, you have to stop your mind. Just stop your mind. As soon as you stop, even for a nanosecond, for how long? A nanosecond, you will discover who you really are. And who you really are is light, is the love of God, whatever you call it. And when you sink into that, say yes if you've ever had those times where you've been there. Yes. Yes. Yeah, where you sink and you go, and it might not be, the terminology I'm using might not be right, but it's when you just go, oh, I feel like myself. Wow, I feel like myself. Some people might not have ever had that feeling. And so it's okay. But you can have that feeling, and that feeling will always tell you, oh my goodness, now I know my purpose. And your purpose here is to be you. What's your purpose? You know, we walk around the world and we go, what's my purpose? We take a class, we read a book, we talk to the gurus, we do all of that stuff, and we go, what's my purpose? What's my purpose in life? What's my, you know, we go to psychics, we go to mediums to tell them what your purpose is, and I'm here to tell you, your purpose is to be the best you can be. You came with everything you need. You came with what? Everything you need. You know, I always like to say, you know, when we came into this life, it's like, you know, when you get a new toy, or when you get a new toy, and it says batteries included. Well, batteries are included. You came with everything you need. You didn't come as a toy that says batteries not included. You got to go to the store to get it. We come in here thinking we need to go get our batteries. No, we have our batteries. And so the more that we realize that and we sink into that, the ego will be like, well, I can't do that because then I won't do anything. I won't do anything. I won't try to get. I won't try. No, the opposite is true. When you sink into that, you become more creative. You become more loving. And you become a light, and people go, whoa, what are you doing? You're really cool. I want to be with you. Whatever it is. Because you're sitting within yourself in a way that energetically is emanating the light of God. Capiche? Capiche. Good. Let me just, I want to see this. Okay. The shining in your mind reminds the world of what it has forgotten. This is really important. The shining in our mind, when we say the peace of God is shining in me and we start to really get it and believe it, that is a shining example for the world to see, like I just said. And the world restores its memory restores the world's memory to them as well. From you, salvation radiates the gift beyond all measure and given in return. To you, the giver of the gift, does God himself give thanks. So what he's saying here is that the source itself is saying, you are me, I am you, and the more that you can let go of those blocks, the more you can be that for everyone else. You know, we can't find salvation on our own. We can't. It's always through our brother. So the more that we can embody that, the light of God is in me, the peace of God is shining within me, the more that other people see that within themselves without them even knowing it. Does that make sense? So when you see someone like that, you're like, I don't know, I feel good around them. I feel better around them. Say yes if you know somebody like that.
Yes.
Yeah. You just go, wait, I just want to be around them. I don't know what it is about them, but it's usually because they're in touch with their light. And as we do that more and more, because we do this so that we can all raise our vibration. So what? So we can all raise our vibration as a consciousness. And the more that we do that, the more that we know that the peace of God shines within us, everyone else knows that. And you might not have to use any words, you know. And a lot of times it's better if you don't use words, because a lot of times words get in the way. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Because some people, you know, and to do what I do, it's really hard sometimes because I have to use words to help you understand and experience. And it's beyond understand. I mean, it's beyond really. You have to experience it. And as you experience it, but sometimes, you know, you say to your friends, you're like, if you would just do this, you'd feel good. If you just do, and then what happens? They're like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Because it's too far away from experience. So all you have to do is be the light. Just be the light. Be the light when you're at the grocery store. Be the light when you're, you know, on a date. Be the light in your own room. Be the light all the time. And then people will get it without them knowing it, and they will feel something within you. Because what's within me is within you. It's reflected in all of us. In who? In all of us. Good. Okay, so we're going to sit for a second and do a little meditation. And so everyone should rise. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Just feel yourself. Oh, thank you so much. Just feel yourself right now in this room, in this place. Breathe. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself just relaxing. Feel yourself being present in this moment. And breathe. And know that you are safe. You're cared for. And you are loved. The light within you is sufficient. It alone has power to give the gift of sight to you. Exclude the outer world. And let your thoughts fly to the peace within. They know the way for honest thoughts, unattained by the dream of worldly things outside yourself. Become the holy messengers of God himself. These thoughts you think with him. They recognize their home, and they point surely to their source, where God the Father and Son are one. God's peace is shining on them, but they must remain with you as well. For they were born within your mind, these thoughts, as yours was born in God's. They lead you back to peace, from where they came, but to remind you how you must return. We practice coming nearer to the light in us today. We take our wandering thoughts and gently bring them back to where they fall in line with all the thoughts we share with God. We will not let them stray. We will let the light within our minds direct them to come home. We have betrayed them, ordering that they depart from us. But now we call them back and wash them clean of strange desires and disordered wishes. We restore them to holiness of their inheritance. Thus our minds restored with them, we acknowledge that the peace of God still shines in us and from us to all living things that share our life. We will forgive them all, absolving all the world from what we thought that it did to us. For it is we who make the world as we would have it. Now we choose that it be innocent, devoid of sin and open to salvation. And we lay our saving blessing on it as we say, repeat after me. The peace of God is shining in me now. Let all things shine upon me in that peace. And let me bless them with the light in me. The peace of God is shining in me now. The peace of God is shining in me. The peace of God is shining in me. Pray. We just bring to mind all of those in our lives in the world that might need some peace today. Knowing as we sit in this peace shining within us, it is radiated towards them so they can remember their peace. We see these individuals and groups and friends and family in front of us now. We see their light within them. We connect with the light in their hearts. Our enemies, our friends, our family. We see the light in them. For as we see the light in them, we are both healed. We breathe. remind ourselves once more of the peace that's shining within us. Knowing we bring this peace into every moment of our life. Slowly open your eyes.
Yes.
Susan Schuler, give her a big round of applause.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's everyone?
Good.
Okay. Okay. His messages always kind of throw me. Assertive in life. She's showing me a rolling pin, so I do think that cooking or baking primarily was very important to her. I'm also seeing little cherries, so I think that may have been like a specialty that maybe she was good when it came to baking. Something was like a cherry pie. She has like a mom vibe to me. And she also feels like she would have been a very busy woman. A very busy woman, like constantly going. I feel like she would have had like 8 different things going at once. Does this make sense to anyone? Possibly, possibly. Okay, let me see what else I can. Yeah, I feel like she's showing me like bent over in her head in the oven, like she would have been in that oven a lot. And I think she would have gotten like, it's like I'm drawn to my stomach right now. Like that may be part of the way that she defined who she was as a person by the way that she nurtured other people. This all seems generic to me, so I'm going to see if I can find something that's very specific to her besides the cherries. And I know your mom came through the last time I was here, and it doesn't feel like it's your mom because it's like I'm trying to. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's. Okay, she's showing me her fingers like this, and I don't know if she's trying to tell me that she's very dexterous, I can't say that word, or she's really good with her fingers, or she worked her fingers to the bone, but I get a feeling her fingers were thin, they were long, and I don't know if this is a habit that she would have done. Does that make sense to anybody? That makes sense.
My habit.
It's your habit. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. Okay.
No, but like the rolling pin, that would be my mom, and cooking. She cooked for a large family.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like her head was in the oven a lot. It's almost like I feel like that's, you know, that was her view. Okay. All right. So I'm going to see what else I can get. So just make sure that we are with you. Did she have an issue at the end where she would have coughed quite frequently? It's like I'm feeling something here, and I'm almost like like I want to do that, like I want to clear my throat. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, because she was smoking like very late in life.
Okay, yeah, because it's like like I want to have to clear my throat, and I'm very drawn to my throat chakra as well. So I think that maybe that she didn't always express herself either. Okay, so it was like kind of the double. There was a physical ailment. Okay, then that makes sense too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing a foot, and it's like pushing down, like being suppressed. So I feel as though a lot of times she felt as though she was suppressed in her opinions. And it could just be from the era that she was from, but there's like a little bit of rage that I can feel inside that she felt that was just like, oh. So I think there were probably times where she would have like, I don't know if it would have banged things in the kitchen, or it just feels like she might have let it out at like moments. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. Because yeah. Okay, now I don't know if this is reference to you or if it's reference to her, but I'm seeing somebody jump a rope. All right. Is that reference?
I used to do that.
Okay, yeah, she's showing me jumping a rope. And it seems like a very light time, you know, as I'm watching you jump the rope, then if that is you. But I think she also jumped rope when she was a little girl. Would that make sense? Did she ever talk about it?
No.
Okay. Because I get the impression that her early years were light as well. Does that make sense? You don't know? She never spoke about it?
No.
Okay, yeah, because it just feels like she has fond memories, and I think looking at you when you jumped rope kind of brought her back to her fond memories. Because I feel like, I mean, like I know you said she had a lot of kids, but it feels like there was a lot of work in the later years, you know what I mean? And I think that's part of this too, was working her fingers to the bone, as well as alluding to you doing that. And I feel like this is part of her message to you, is it's not all about work, okay? Sometimes it's okay to have fun. And there's like a lightness that she wants to push your way, the light, you know, the have fun at the light. Because when people come back, sometimes they'll have regrets, and the only regret that I really feel for her is the fact that she wishes she would have gone outside more, looked at trees more, enjoyed nature. It's like right now I want to cry. It's like there was so much around, but I feel like she was so zoned in that she just missed so much. And what she's saying is, you have a tendency to be that way too. You're very, very focused. And what she's saying is, it's okay to go out and play. It's okay, like, to say, I'm not going to do a darn thing today. In fact, I think I'll just go to the beach with a book and a blanket and like look at people. You know, you know what I mean? I don't know if that was something that she would have liked to have done, but I mean, I feel like that was something that she's saying you need to do. I also get the impression that you sometimes feel like you just don't have enough time for all the things you need to do. And I feel like what she's telling me to tell you right now is there's plenty of time. You will always have enough time. And I feel as though she never felt like she did. It's like I'm seeing her like with this clock behind her, and she's like racing from this clock that's chasing her. You know, it's like almost like this giant cartoon clock is like, and she's saying it's not like that. It's like I can see her turning around talking to the clock. And that's what she wants you to do. She wants you to turn around and talk to the clock. Okay, know what I mean? It's like you're empowered. You know, it's my time. I'm not on your time. Okay. And my tongue's super dry, and I think there's something about water. I don't know if she didn't drink enough water in life, and she's telling you there's something about. Oh boy, my tongue's dry. Yeah, something about hydration. Okay, this is weird. As I'm saying hydration, I'm seeing lotion, like arm lotion. Are you using some kind of lotion right now that maybe isn't, I'm getting the impression she's telling you it's not necessarily good for your skin.
I switched from.
Okay, yeah, because she's showing me this, and I get the impression that she's saying there's some, like, I get the impression that there's something in it, an ingredient that doesn't mesh well with you. And I don't know if I'm psychically connecting to that or because she's showing me this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to leave you with that. Okay. Thank you. She was good. I have a woman who's showing up with her dog. It's a little dog. It's like, and I don't know if it was just because I was hearing the dog next door again, but I feel like, okay, I'm just going to go with this because I don't quite know what this means. It's like she's showing up and she's standing there, and it's almost like I see her dancing around and the dog dancing around her as well. Okay. That's just a weird way to start. So let me see if I can back up a second. Okay. Okay, I get the impression this person was older when they passed. Excuse me. But they had a lot of energy for an older person. If you've ever met, like, okay, sorry, I have a musical background. So I'm thinking of in Pippin, there's this old woman in Pippin in the play, and she's like, you know, she's a spunky old gal, let's just put it that way. And that's the way that this woman strikes me. She's kind of a spunky old gal. And I don't know if the dog that came in was showing me like how she, like, I could almost see her like being the type that would have been doing the jig when she was younger. Or she just seems like she's got this, even though I'm talking right now, listen to me, I'm like, yeah, she had a lot of quick energy. And I feel like when she passed, she was older, and it feels like everything kind of gets tired on me. You know what I mean? It's like I don't necessarily feel like it was one thing in particular. I just kind of feel like she got older. She feels tiny, tiny to me. But I do think of the word Spitfire. Does this make sense to anyone? Okay, Max, possibly. Anybody else? Okay. Let me see what else I can get just to make sure that I'm with you. Okay, and the old woman from Pippin keeps showing up, and I wonder, did this woman sing?
Not really, but she loved all the creative things.
Okay, yeah, because do you know the
she
one?
wasn't really like an old woman. She always kept herself very like fashionable and together.
Okay,
but she has a little dog that's with her for sure. She danced a lot. She had a lot of that. Okay, because I keep getting. And she's very small. Okay, and I keep getting this visual of the woman from Pippin. You've seen Pippin, you know what I'm talking about? I've done. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, good. So she reminds me of her. All right. So spunky, definitely spunky. Okay, so let me just see. I don't get the impression she was your grandmother. Was she just an older woman you knew? No, my mother.
Your mother, okay. She seems kind of hip. That's why I'm saying this. Like she doesn't have, you know how sometimes grams or moms are real attached to us and they're kind of like, I told you not to do that. She just feels like kind of cool to me. Did she have that element?
In a way. Well, she wasn't in my life a lot of my life, actually. So she definitely had that. She let me be. She let me. So when we reconnected, she allowed me to. You know what I mean? She
yes.
was like on me.
Okay. Yeah, because she doesn't. Yeah, she. It's an interesting, and also she's not really into your energy. She sits more like you, like a cool aunt would. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's why I would have said that she was more like a cool older woman, you know. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So let me see what she has to say, or if I can. I don't think her passing took a long time. Would that be correct? No, okay, yeah. Quick. Okay, yeah. I feel as though she was very thankful of that as well, because a long illness would have. She must have been a little bit vain, because one aspect of her is she wouldn't have wanted to see her looks decline.
For sure.
Okay, yes, because she's telling me, she's like, I'm glad it went fast, so nobody had to like see that. Yeah. Yeah, and I think she was probably a very attractive little. I keep wanting a little woman.
She's very little.
Okay, yeah, she's just so cute. I feel like I could put her in my pocket. Okay, yeah.
That's exactly it. She's like a little doll.
Yeah, absolutely. And she must have had a lot of fast movements, because I am seeing like with the dog and the. Was she super busy?
She did a lot of things.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, now I don't know why she would particularly show me this, because it doesn't seem like the type of person that you just described. I'm seeing knitting needles.
Oh yeah, she's very creative.
Okay, good.
She knits, she paints, she does lots of painting, knitting, creative.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, she's specifically showing me knitting needles though, and I'm just trying to think like if that's something that she has a memory of making for you, or. Okay. You know those hanging baskets that people made like in the 70s?
Yeah.
Did she make those?
Star David.
Star David. Yeah,
I
because
don't wear
it's like he's showing me that he's proud of that necklace that he wore all the time.
He was Jewish in a Catholic private,
Oh, okay.
Catholic high school.
Oh.
Very like, his name was Wild. Yeah.
Also, he knew he was going to pass away because he mentioned it. He mentioned that he wasn't feeling safe, that he knew something was going to happen to him. He's telling me, I was telling her about things, about how he was feeling, his energy. I knew something was going to happen, but I didn't know what. And he would also have dreams. Let me see if he has a message for you. He's showing me that you're going in through a different journey in your life right now, and you're trying to figure out if this is where you belong. And you've been going in and out of this journey. And he says only you know where to go. You could ask anybody else in your circle, but only you know what's right for you. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's also showing me a white vehicle. Do you drive a white vehicle?
Yeah.
He's showing me your front right tires. Please check those because he says you need to change them soon. Also, you're deciding to go to a school. He's saying you're going into school. You're trying to figure out which school to go to.
Yeah.
He's showing me that there's like 2 different schools, and maybe it's not making sense to you right now, but you're going to choose the one that's furthest out from where you live. So basically, you're going to be moving. Okay. Also, he's saying, I know she don't want to talk about this, but you're having some issues with your digestive system.
Yeah.
Okay. And he says you're eating a lot of greens.
Yeah.
He says you need to slow it down on the greens.
Okay.
Because there's something that's green that's really hard on your digestive system, whether it's celery or lettuce. I don't know, I'm not a health teacher, you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that with you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, that's it.
Beautiful. Give her another round of applause. That was crazy good. Right? First time up here? Wow, very good. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Wonderful messages, and thanks for my mom. Really good. I realized that I didn't realize, but I purposely didn't do the song then. I wanted it to sort of just blend in. So we're going to do a song, but here's the deal. This song, we don't need to have the words. Most of us know the song. Most of us know the song, but we're gonna sing the song real quick, and then we're going to talk about a few things. Let me just tell you this too, is that if you would like to come tomorrow, I'm going to be doing my empowerment group, spiritual empowerment group, and we talk about many things. We're probably going to do a Course in Miracles, something about a Course in Miracles tomorrow. So it's at 8 o'clock till 9:30, Giselle goes. Some people are on here, and it's a lot of fun. We've been calling it kind of spiritual AA. It's an hour and a half, and for about 45 minutes, we just get all of our stuff out, and so it's really fun. So we do that, and then we go into some kind of a lesson in the Course in Miracles. So there's that, and then the other thing I was going to tell you we didn't mention. Oh, first of all, that your messages will be written in the back, so go get those at the end. And what was I going to say? Oh, if you feel so moved, this space costs money, so there's a donation box if you feel so moved for that. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to say or announce or anything? Great catering right here. So, okay, all right, so stand up. We're gonna you're gonna know the song, you're gonna get it, and we're going to just dance around. Okay. You know the song, don't you? You can. You'll know the words. Come on. On your alarm every morning, you have a whole different day. Or you get so sick of it, you're like, okay. Yay! Just remind you, tomorrow night is Spiritual Empowerment Group here at 8 o'clock. Please join us. Your messages are in the back. And remember, what was the lesson for today?
We're happy.
We're happy. And the peace of God is shining in you now. All right, so give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for the beautiful messages. And we will be back next week. And the donation box is back there. Thank you. All right. It worked.